Dear family, it's your cousin P, man. Look here, man. I pray all is well, man. Let me tell you something, man. I did a 3-day fast, and I was successful at it. Didn't eat absolutely anything. Let me not lie. On the second day, I started to eat nothing but watermelon in the morning and before I went to sleep. Nothing but watermelon with seeds. Never eat nothing without seeds. You eating straight poison and chemicals, and it destroys your biology. Now, the next 3 days was to run. Every morning I run 3 miles. It's 3, 3, and 3. I must admit, because I can't be a liar, I didn't run this morning. I didn't run this morning, but I will definitely make up when I get home later on this afternoon. I had some business to attend to. Lastly, I'm drinking. It's so bitter and nasty, but it cleanses out your gut. It reboots your immune system. It gets all the poison and chemicals out. Let me show it to you. I'm drinking it now. I'm almost done. It's so bitter. Can you see it? It's bitter and nasty. It's called, home worm or worm hub. I'll get the ingredients when I get home. Nevertheless, I'm on that every morning. This fast then really clears your mind. Let me tell you something, man. If you having issues with intestinal issues, brain fog, anxiety, depression, feeling tired in the middle of the day, you have to fast your intestinal walls, man. You got to get all that chemicals out. See, your immune system is fighting so hard for you, where when you eat lunch, you feel drowsy and want to go home because the parasites inside your stomach even feed on your food. Hold on. You don't know that, though, because you haven't studied to show self-approved. But when you fast, the immune system reboots itself. So it's very important that you do due diligence in your fast. Now, to be successful, you have to be consistent. I'm going to say that again, dear family. Son of my eye. To be successful, you have to be, son of my age. To be successful, you have to be consistent. It's very important that you be consistent. And I'm going to tell you something, man. When they say thoughts are things and it manifests into existence, when you want to work out and you don't work out, it's because your brain hasn't broke through the cycle of, let me get it over with. Let me just do it. But I guarantee you, once you do it, it only takes about 15, 20-minute workout. At the most 30 minutes out of a 24-hour day, you're going to feel good about yourself. This body is so much biology in the thought process. It's amazing, man. You could literally make yourself sick by thinking negative things. You could, don't you know, when you laugh or when you're happy, it let off a chemical in the body that relaxes and chills the body, and the body feels free and open. When you stressed, you feel tense and losing weight, and bumps are popping up, and all that bad energy is manifesting what's inside outside. This body is biology, man, and you have to begin to learn what this body needs. I've been doing a lot of more studying since I did my fast. You have to want to eat right. I don't give a damn if you say that you follow God himself and you don't eat right. You doing yourself a disservice, because the two go together. You can't say I'm submitting my will to do the will of God and then you eating like a trash bin, because you are what you eat. So when you consume beef, that clog arteries and hard to digest, and they got all these chemicals and preservatives that's killing your immune system, and you wonder why I got an ache here out the blue and a lump here out the blue, and then you begin to eat chicken, and the FDA already have declared chicken to create cancer. Why you think they did that? Man, y'all study what I'm telling you, man, to show self-approved. Don't let me tell you nothing, dear family. But the chicken is poison. You don't raise it. You don't know what they injected in. You need to watch this movie called What is Health to educate yourself. We living in an hour of nothing but destruction. The prophecy is fulfilling itself, and you guys still consuming bad foods. And you wonder why your relationship is in turmoil. Because you are what you eat. When you eat like a savage, you either acting like savage or your woman acting like savage. None of y'all could think straight, right, or logical, because you always emotional like an animal, like a savage. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important that you begin to fast, man. You're going to lose weight if you fast. Some people say, I don't want to do this. Man, you have to go through to get to. If you want your face shining, if you want good health and friendships in all walks of life, man, look, you got to be around to maintain it or to get that. So their family, start to treat yourself right. Why you can't take 60 days out your life and fast? Eat the best foods. Quit eating seedless grapes. That's poison, chemical, cancer. Everything in life comes from a seed. Everything. You come from a seed after your daddy bust that nut. And you thinking you can eat something seedless. It's destroying your biology and you don't even know it. You just think it's like you so lazy when it comes to taking seeds out of a seeded watermelon. You would rather get the seedless watermelon thinking you doing yourself a service. Hey man, you have to endure, man. Because endurance brings knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, dear family. So with that said, in order to be successful, you have to be consistent. In order to be successful, you have to be consistent. If you want the best in your relationships, if you want the best body, if you want the best outcome, you can't go back to what was old and bring that shit into the new. Once you challenge yourself to be better than what you was yesterday, and I want a better body, and I want better health, and I want a better understanding with my companion, you have to be consistent on the goals you set for self. You can't be, anytime, it seems like when you get in arguments, right? When we get in arguments or disagreements with the significant others or friends, the only time we stay consistent is when we come back and we have a conversation and it goes smooth for about a week, 2 weeks, maybe a month, and then we back mad. See, God always says that you confess with your tongue, but your heart is far removed. So you're going to be challenged on what you say you want. So adversity and difficulty is going to come. And some of us give up. And God say he don't represent cowards. When you give up, when you, say I can't do it, I don't want to do it, or you allow the emotion to rule the logic, or you forget about what you just challenge yourself to do. I'm going to stay steadfast on the goal of being consistent because this is what I want. As I said on my Facebook yesterday, what you planted yesterday is what you eat today. See, you plant this seed to germinate and grow, and then you're watering it. Is you watering it with consistency, or you watering it sometime? Because anything that's sometiming, like sometiming people, wherever the wind blow they go, you don't want that. You want to be consistent to see the results. You have to Yeah, I've been eating these walnuts. You have to be consistent to see the best results. Let me tell you something about your cousin Pete, dear family. I said when I got out of the game, I was, and I you know, no boasting and bragging, because that lifestyle destroyed a lot of black families when I didn't know no better in them streets, checking cheddar like a fool and inspector. But when I wanted better for self, I said, man, I don't want to sell no little rocks no more. That shit is like, it's time consuming. You own a turf more. I got to figure out what I could do to get off this block. So I said, you know what? I'm going to start investing in a different method to get me off the block, and I have to stay consistent. I start stacking my money. This is like, shit, I was in the game at a young age, man, but, you know, in high school, I had my own apartment. In high school, I had my own apartments, man. I had cars. I had girlfriends. I had it all, man. And I was making a few dollars on the block. In 12th grade is when I feel like what I was saying I wanted it in 10th and 9th grade, I was able to do. I'm going somewhere with this, so just listen about what consistency, regardless to what it is. If you consistent at it, you will be successful. That's why your daddy said, whatever you be the best you could be at it. You see what I'm saying? So, I made it to buying a lot more. And when I accomplished that, I was buying the bigger. And it took me off the block. I didn't want to be on no block. I knew that I wanted more and bigger, but I didn't know what it was at that time. And so, after the 12th grade, a year out of school, majority of the people on my block was rocking with me, getting from me. And it took me off the block. I stayed consistent on what I wanted. Now, I'm going to swim up to what it is today, because that's been a long time ago. I said, man, I went to the penitentiary. I went to the penitentiary in 06. I believe it was 06. If you listen to my song on SBSB, So Black and So Beautiful, man, every song that I produce music on, every song that I make, is actually telling you my life true story. None of it is fictitious. None of it is made up. It's my true story, every song. But the song I made will Kick the Sneak. I say 40 to the good, so they knocked off 10. I came home. 40 to the good, so they knocked off 10, meaning that I paid my lawyer damn near 40. I was fighting it so damn long, and they had me on so many damn charges trying to give me a lot of time. And they end up knocking it down and giving me 4 years. So make a long story short, I went to the pen. I made a lot of money in the pen. I was even paying my mortgage from the pen. That's how my mind was back then. I just kept elevating. So I came home. This is a true story. On being consistent, you will be successful. I shit you not. I'm drinking this stuff and shit is coming up. Oh, it's so bitter. So I came home. I had the Ross Connect anyway. The prices was jacked up. I think things was going for like 27 racks. And I said, when I got home, this when the transition started for me. I called my family member. I said, let me get one of them. What they going? He gave me a lovely price like they always do. I got one, and I shit you not. It seemed like the penitentiary had, after all that studying, after all that reading, after being just so consistent with wanting to better myself in terms of spelling better, reading better, I developed a pattern of being consistent. And so when I came home, I find my mind going back to the streets. I'm going to get my paper. Although I had a 4-bedroom house, plushed out, cars in the garage. I lived solo, everything in my name. And this is young, man. I came home from the pen in 2010, 2009, one of them. And I'm telling you this story about consistent. I shoot you not. I purchased what I wanted. I'm home from the pen maybe about 30 days. I purchased what I wanted. I was driving up Seminary, getting ready to hop on the freeway to blast back to the B-town. Man, something just took over my whole spirit. Like, I don't want to do this shit no more. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I'm sitting with a thing right up in my car, driving up Seminary. This is a true story, dear family. You could take it or let it alone. I said, I'm done with it. I'm done with it. And I said, I just want to do better, man. Everything, all that reading, all that studying, all that consistency. And God just spoke on my heart. I said, man, I'm done. I called one of my family members that, you know, because I had a lot of clientele because everybody was dealing with me from West Oakland. All my waterfront partners, my ghost town partners, 102nd and Walnut, 98th and D Street family members. Everybody was rocking with me, copying from me back then. This is a true story, but this is going to be in my documentary anyway, so you're going to get it. The SBSB documentary is dope. It's coming. It's dope. Y'all gonna check that. Y'all check that out shortly. I said, dear family, what's up? He's like, you come. I said, man, I just handle my business. Give me what I paid for. I don't want no more, no less. I could have made an extra, at least, maybe not exaggerate, because wait, you dropped, you know, I could have made an extra like 11 grand. I didn't even want it. I said, man, come give me what I paid for it, no more, no less, and be done. I was done with the game after that. And I started moving up the ladder into a different direction from that day forward. I started investing my money in other things. And I never turned back. I always had extra hustles, but that hustle was done with. And so a question was asked of me. Damn, P, you trying to do a SBSB bar? You done a SBSB barbershop? You done a SBSB trucking? You got SBSB investment? You got SBSB clothing? You got SBSB podcast? What inspired you? I told her, man, every human being is born with a purpose. You got to walk into it. Some of y'all don't even know y'all purpose because you work all day, every day. And the main thing, when you find out what your purpose is, and my purpose, I enjoy giving the people wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and giving them something to grow from, grow on. That's my purpose. I don't like nothing that's negative. I don't like nothing that's irresponsible, disrespectful. I don't enjoy that energy. So if you have that type of stuck up energy, I don't like you. And I told you in other podcasts that men are capable of detaching themselves inside of a relationship and just deal with you and tolerate you, but don't even like you. Because it's all about energy with Cousin P. And it's all about energy with men and how you conduct yourself and handle yourself. So whatever you assume you doing, you really ain't doing nothing but wasting your time. When you bring in negativity or you want to be tough or arrogant or cocky, man, listen. Consistency breeds success. And so I said that I walked into my purpose and I intend on staying consistent because I know it brings success. So with all that said, dear family, whatever you want, man, I'm telling you, stay consistent. Stay consistent. If you want a better health, if you want better health, stay consistent. Look at the ingredients. Did you know all cereal is genetic modified and chemically engineered? Engineered means that a scientist is developing this cereal. It ain't that it's coming from, everything is watered down and killing you and killing the babies. So you have to study this, man. Look on your cereal, it's going to say genetically engineered. You know, do yourself a favor, man. Just because I'm talking to you about health, that don't mean I won't create health problems for myself, because God always put the people through a trial. Because you always talking about you this and you always talking about you that. So he gives you the trial, your own trial to go through. And I'll be the first to tell you that I've been through trials. I'm just consistent on what I want better, so I stopped doing a lot of things. I used to eat well, I ain't ate pork or beef since the 9th grade. I got off chicken maybe, and turkey maybe, I want to say 2023, maybe, maybe 2010, 2009. And I haven't been on meat since. I eat fish, which consists of whitey fish, or sometimes snapper or sole. Other than that, I haven't ate any meat. I ain't never smoked or drank in my life. That shit ain't never interested me at all. So, dear family, stay consistent. You will be successful. If you want better, challenge yourself to love yourself, man. Challenge yourself to love yourself. When I want better health, I challenge myself to do certain things differently. When I want a better relationship, I reach out and challenge myself and my ego and my stubbornness and my arrogance. Man, I'm not living with none of those type of diseases, because people do themselves more harm than good. Challenge yourself to be better. That's the message of the day. It's your cousin P. Peace.